Back to work we go. Myself, as well as I know many of you here in the United States and certainly all around the world, are gearing back to go to work, trying to understand what the new norm looks like in our workplace. I'm sure, like myself, like many of you around the world, have been strategizing and contemplating with your families, with your work partners, with your friends, how you're going to get back to work. And what I do realize, as I myself have been having these very long, informative discussions with my partners on how we're going to go back to work, you realize a few things, a few tenets, if you will, that you got to make sure are in place as you go back to work in terms of courage, in terms of being responsible, in terms of being positive, and certainly in terms of being, I think, strategically cautious, but yet optimistic about going back to work. And it's a tough thing. It is a tough decision. It was a very tough decision for me because, just like a lot of you guys, again, all around the world. So I empathize with you because I'm going through it. Because, like many of you, I have been quarantining and sequestered basically with my wife and my daughters, my mom even, who's very high risk. My mom, like a lot of elderly out there, she is high risk, cancer survivor. My mom had stage 3B lung cancer, had a lot of her lung removed. In that process, she has COPD. So she is, and this virus is a very intelligent one. It has one pathology and it's very determined to get to somebody's lungs. So we've locked down Mama Rock too as well. So I've been locked down in quarantine with my family. So this idea of going back to work and what that looks like was a very tough decision for me because when I go back to work, not only do a lot of people come back to work too, but it's the kind of environment where it's a hustle bustle. We get work done and we work our asses off kind of environment on these production sets that are generally massive. So it was a very tough decision, but after speaking with multiple members of our crew, after speaking with, of course, my family, and after speaking with my production partners, my producing partners as well, my home team, the Team Rock, and certainly after speaking with my tremendous partners over at Netflix, I am happy to announce that the production of Red Notice is starting back up next month. We will resume shooting starting next month, approximately mid-September, and I'm very excited about this. And I do want to thank our partners at Netflix for being so adamant that we were going to create the safest environment, not only for our filmmakers, but more importantly for our crew members, the safest environment. So in essence, what we're doing, to share it with you guys, is we are in essence creating our own quarantine bubble, much like the one down in Orlando that the NBA is still utilizing right now. So we've been keeping in close contact with the NBA and those folks down in Orlando. They've been great in terms of sharing with us what has been effective with their bubble, and we are able to implement that into our bubble. And some of the things that were challenging for them too as well. And now it informs us nicely. And that's the hard part and the tricky thing about this. Whether you're in production and you make productions of movies like I do, or sports like the NBA, or any job that you guys have all around the world, the tricky thing is, this is all new. There's no real historical data and research facts and data that we can glean information from. There's no blueprint here. So everything, we're in a beta phase every step of the way. So it's been very challenging, but I am very confident in the bubble that we're going to create, the quarantining, the sequestering, the multiple layers of health and safety practices and new measures that we're going to be implementing for our bubble, and extremely aggressive, by the way. Which you have to be. And that goes back to us being, as strategically cautious and as safe as you possibly can be. So I want to thank our partners at Netflix. You guys have been tremendous. I want to thank my producing partners. And of course, I want to thank our crew, our hard-working Red Notice crew. So from me to my crew out there. Oh, actually, before I get to that, I want to say to all you guys around the world who aren't with our production, but you're out there doing your thing. I know it's tough. I know it's challenging. Stay healthy, my friends, and stay vigilant. And we got to stay disciplined as we get back into the workforce. And we got to go by our instinct, go by our gut, and also go by the team of people that we put around us too as well. So I want to tell you guys around the world, good luck as you guys are heading back out there in the workplace. Many of you, by the way, have not stopped working. I'm well aware of that. And many of you are already back at work. So that said, stay healthy, my friends. Now, finally, back to the Red Notice crew, the hardest workers in the room. Mount up, because we are going back to work. I thank you guys, and I'll be seeing you soon.